What's up guys? So today is a really special day. I have a client that's visiting all the way from London so I can show her her logo design. I'm super excited to do this presentation. A lot of you guys have seen the work that I've done with the athletes, the boxers, but now I'm about to show you guys the feminine side of Ibi, and the designs are completely different from anything else that I've done. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I began the process with the answers from your brand questionnaire. So we had your mission, your vision, your target audience, and the personality. For the personality, you use the three words ethereal, strength, and feminine. One thing that, like I said this to you when I first, when we first spoke, ethereal, like I've never heard that word ever before. I've never heard it. So when I heard that word ethereal, I was like, what is ethereal? So I done some research, and the definition was delicate and light, almost like not from this earth.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, this is like, there's a lot to explore there. That word
universe,
alone. There's a whole universe. And then we got strength, and then we got feminine. So for me, feminine shapes are like either circles or like flowing. Or like just boundless, because the woman's energy is boundless. So I was just drawing out a bunch of shapes that I felt like represent femininity. But one thing that stood out to me was this whole idea of like the shapes coming outwards and flowing, and so I kept going back to this kind of shape, this outward shape. I'm the type of designer who I kind of let my things that happen in my life influence the design. So I had met with one of my other clients she's quite big into this whole alchemy and energy, and she's quite big into astrology. So she mentioned to me, there's a total solar eclipse happening on December 4th. And for me, December 4th is Jay-Z's birthday. So for me, when she said that to me, I was like, oh my god, there's an eclipse happening on Jay-Z's birthday. How ethereal is that? That's pretty crazy.
You must have organised it,
it's so well orchestrated. So I was going to LA at the same time, so I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be in LA when this eclipse is happening. Like maybe it's gonna have some answers for me. I really looked at it as like maybe it's gonna enlighten me or something. So I went to LA, I come back, and I had this whole new I was really inspired and ready to just continue with your project. But I knew one thing, I knew there has to be a moon element in there, because the eclipse happened during the project. So I'm like, I have to channel that energy and put it into the design. It just has to be done. You can see now everything is just coming together, like things are just clicking. All of the elements, we've got the Sagittarius element of the arrows, we've got the moon, we've got the moon, we've got the woman, we've got the circle. It's almost like a goddess floating in a shield of moonlight.
Exactly.
It's like it really does have that ethereal vibe of like a woman in a shield of light, and
it's powerful, but it's still soft and feminine.
And then that's the final.
Oh my god.
So what do you think?
I'm so happy with it. It's amazing.
It's nice.
It's insane.
It's
so good. Couldn't imagine it being any better.
Like honestly, it changed a lot when I was designing it. Like with the strokes, like I felt like it was so important that the strokes were right, because it had to be finessed, because like I said, it could easily go wrong or it could easily look tacky.
Exactly.
So I really had to put a lot of emphasis into the strokes, into the whole flow, like her arms, the shape of her arms, the shape of her body. Like
super custom, like you can tell it's custom as well, like one of a kind.
That's why I was so excited to show you this design. I was so excited to talk about it. I was like, everybody's gonna see a completely different side of Ibi. They're gonna see that I can, I've got this feminine side, and I do understand, and I want to execute it to that level.
So I wanted to work with Ibi because I wanted to work with someone who could take all my mishmash of ideas and concepts and feelings and thoughts and mood boards and create something completely new and different that didn't exist already. And I wanted to create a brand and a logo, an image behind the brand that evoked everything I wanted my perfumes and the whole range to stand for, and everything about SOKI to be encapsulated in that one image. And I think the way that Ibi really gets into like your thinking and into your mind and where you're coming from, and almost like lives and breathes the brand before the brand even exists. And then the logo like comes out the back of that. It felt like a very natural process. There was no sort of feminine image or brand that was super strong, ethereal, and also feminine while still feeling very powerful. And I think that's what we've created.